The NASCAR world just got shaken up, a bold statement just came out. Two of the biggest names in the sport are suddenly in the spotlight, and now Kevin Harvick has stepped in, and what he said is turning heads across the garage. Because this wasn't just another opinion, this felt direct, it felt honest. And for some fans, it felt like a reality check. So what exactly did Harvick say about Kyle Busch? And how does Denny Hamlin fit into all of this? We're breaking everything down step by step. So make sure you watch this video all the way through, because once you hear the full story, the situation looks very different. And if you enjoy real NASCAR breakdowns and straight insight, make sure you subscribe to NASCAR Nation News. We're pushing to hit 1,000 subscribers. So please support the channel and help us reach that milestone. Your support truly matters. Now let's get into it. So here's what's going on right now. Kyle Busch, a two-time champion, one of the most dominant drivers of his generation, is in a position that we're just not used to seeing. He's not winning, not consistently running up front, not controlling races like he used to. And that alone is enough to get people talking. Because when a driver like Kyle Busch struggles, it's never just a normal slump. It becomes a major storyline. And that's exactly what's happening now. But then, Kevin Harvick stepped in. And instead of dancing around the topic, he said it straight. Right now, Kyle Busch is not in a position to win. No hesitation, no soft language. Just the truth as he sees it. And when that comes from someone like Harvick, it hits different. Because this isn't a random analyst talking. This is a champion. A veteran who understands every layer of this sport. He knows what it takes to win. He knows what it looks like when a driver has it, and when something is missing. And according to him, something is missing right now. Now let's pause here for a second. Because this is where the situation gets deeper. This isn't just about lap times or car speed. There's another layer to this story. And it involves Denny Hamlin. Because at the same time Busch is struggling, there's tension building between him and Hamlin. And if you've been following NASCAR, you already know. These two aren't strangers to conflict. But recently, things have started to feel different. More noticeable, more frequent, more intense. It's not always direct, but the comments are there, the reactions are there, and the energy between them, you can feel it. Now here's why this matters. Because Harvick didn't just talk about performance, he pointed out something that a lot of fans overlook. Distractions matter, pressure matters. And when you combine performance struggles with outside tension, it becomes a very difficult situation for any driver. Even for someone like Kyle Busch. Think about that. We're talking about one of the most naturally talented drivers in NASCAR history, and even he can be affected by what's happening around him. That says a lot. Now here's where things get really interesting. Because this situation is starting to turn into something bigger than just results. It's becoming a mental game. Every race now carries more pressure. Every mistake feels bigger. Every interaction gets analyzed. And when you're in that position, it's not easy to just focus and drive. Now, some fans believe this is temporary. They think Busch will bounce back, find speed, win again, and silence everyone. And honestly, that's possible. Because talent like his doesn't just disappear. But at the same time, the results we're seeing right now, they don't lie. There have been opportunities. Moments where it looked like he could break through, but something always goes wrong. Strategy doesn't work out, execution falls short, or the car just isn't fast enough when it matters most. And that pattern, it keeps repeating. Now add the situation with Denny Hamlin into that, and suddenly, it's not just about racing anymore. It's about control, momentum, and mindset. Because Hamlin, he's not stepping back either. He's confident, he's vocal, and he's making it clear that he's not backing down. So now you have two strong personalities, both under pressure, both in the spotlight, and that's a combination that usually leads to something big. Now here's a key question. Is this the moment that defines Kyle Busch's season? Because moments like this, they can go one of two ways. They can break you, or they can push you to come back stronger. If Busch turns things around, starts winning again, regains that dominant form, then this entire situation becomes a turning point, a comeback story. But if things stay the same, if the struggles continue, then what Kevin Harvick said stops sounding like an opinion and starts looking like reality. And that's the part that has fans talking, because nobody expected to hear that about Kyle Busch. Not like this. Not this clearly. Now let's talk about the bigger picture. Because NASCAR doesn't slow down for anyone. It doesn't matter how successful you've been in the past. If you're not performing right now, you're falling behind. And the competition? It's only getting stronger. New talent is coming in. Teams are improving. The margin for error is smaller than ever. So when a driver hits a rough patch, there's no guarantee they'll bounce back quickly. And that's what makes this situation so important. Now, just to be clear, this doesn't mean Kyle Busch is done, not even close, but it does mean he's at a critical point, a point where something has to change, whether it's strategy, team performance, or just finding momentum again. Something needs to click, because right now, it's not clicking. And Harvick calling that out? That's what made this moment so powerful. Now let's look ahead, because this story is far from over. The next few races are going to be huge, not just for results, but for the narrative. How does Busch respond? Does he come back stronger, or do the struggles continue? And what about Denny Hamlin? Does this tension grow even more? Because if it does, we could be looking at one of the biggest storylines of the season. And if there's one thing NASCAR fans know, it's that situations like this don't stay quiet for long. They build, they evolve, and eventually, they explode. So keep watching closely, because Harvick's comments might not just be a one-time statement, they might be the start of something much bigger. Now I want to hear from you. Do you agree with Kevin Harvick? Is Kyle Busch really not in a position to win right now? Or do you think this is just a temporary phase before a major comeback? And what about Denny Hamlin? Is this rivalry going to get even bigger? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to NASCAR Nation News, and turn on notifications so you never miss a big NASCAR update. Because trust me, this story, it's just getting started.